Hey there, my name is Anthony Morrison, and I'm so glad that you made it here to this video. If you made it here, it's because you are probably a small business owner and you saw the page or maybe an ad somewhere about how you might qualify for some of the ERC funds that the government has set aside for small business owners. So I want to take just a second to explain what the ERC program is, and then in just a minute there'll be a link right below this video that you can use to actually get on the telephone with our company and really see if you qualify for any of these funds. So the ERC program is called the Employee Retention Credits Program. And really what this was actually released when the PPP loans were released. So if you happen to get some of that PPP money for all the banks were doing during COVID, this program was also available. But under the Trump administration, you could only get one or the other. So if you got the PPP loan, you couldn't get any of the ERC funds. So what really happened was the nation was swept with all of this PPP information. Very few people even knew about ERC. And it really didn't matter because if you got the PPP loan, you couldn't get the ERC grants anyway. Well, fast forward to today. The new administration, the Biden administration, came in and they said, listen, we need to help small businesses even more. We're going to allow them to have both funds, meaning the PPP and the ERC funds. So if you qualify, it doesn't matter if you already got a PPP forgivable loan, you now can actually get access to some of the ERC funds. Well, very few people know about this. In fact, I run a small business myself, and my own CPAs didn't know about it. And so a lot of business owners, they get to this point and they're kind of a little skeptical and they're like, oh, you know, my CPAs haven't told me anything about this, my attorneys haven't, I want to run it by them. But here's the thing, you're running something by them that they've never even themselves heard of, or else they would have told you about it. Because the reality is that your CPA is there to help you, do your taxes, do your finances, and save as much money as possible, right? If they don't tell you about this program, it's because they don't even know about it. And that's the reason why we partnered with a company called Bottom Line. Bottom Line is a government grant program that's been around for, or a government grant company that's been around for 15 years. And they help people get money, grant money from the government that's earmarked for them, that's set aside for them. Well, of course, when the ERC funds became available to all business owners, even if you got PPP loans, Bottom Line started really working that program and reaching out to small business owners and saying, hey, let us help you. And so what you have the opportunity to do now is get on the telephone with someone from Bottom Line who's literally their specialty is ERC funds and helping you get the funds that you are owed, right, from this program. And there's a link now that you'll see right below this video. When you click that link, you'll fill out a short form. You'll hop on the telephone with somebody from Bottom Line, and they're just going to ask you some questions. How many employees do you have? How many employees did you have during this date range? And so on and so forth. You answer those basic questions, and they can pretty much tell you if you're going to qualify for some of the ERC funds. Right now, the average, okay, now every business is different, but the average is about $10,000, okay, per employee. Okay, so you can kind of look and do the math there. The average is about $10,000 per employee. So it's a substantial amount of money. Bottom Line has actually now, with this ERC program, helped small businesses secure over $1.8 billion in ERC funding. Think about that. So this is a very long, very complicated process, but they do it for you. And here's the really cool part. They charge you nothing. So when you get on the telephone with them, they're not going to ask you for a payment. They're not going to ask you for a credit card number. They're not going to ask you for anything, right? They do not charge you to do this for you. They will do all the work for you. And then once you get your check, okay, once you go through the process, you qualify for ERC funds and you get the check from the government, okay, in your hand. That's when you'll pay them their fee for doing it for you. So it's completely risk-free. There's zero risk to you. The only thing that could happen for you is you're able to get money that, quite honestly, you didn't even know you could get, right? So I encourage you as a small business owner to click the link that you see below. I know that you see a lot of these things online. and you don't know which one is true, which one is not, but there's nobody asking you for any money here. This is strictly a completely free phone call, completely free work. I mean, they'll do everything for you, and if you don't qualify for any money, no harm, no foul. But what if you do, right? What if you're like the businesses that have qualified for $1.8 billion that Bottom Line has helped? Man, the best way for us to keep our economy going and really get our economy going is to get small business owners' economy going. And I truly believe that. I believe Bottom Line is on a mission to help you do that. This money is set aside already. It's billions of dollars that's set aside, but nobody's telling you about it, right? Because nobody wants to, raise the flag and all the sirens and everything that there's money available, right? They don't want to do it because when the program ends, they don't have to give that money away anymore. So this program does end. It's not something that's available forever. So it is a time-sensitive thing. So I suggest that if you are a small business owner and you have more than 5 employees, okay, that work for you, click the link below, fill out the form, talk with somebody from Bottom Line who's very, very well versed on this ERC funding. They're going to be more versed than your accountants and your lawyers and all that, because this is what they do every day, right? They're going to be able to make sure that you qualify, do all the paperwork, all the submissions, everything for you, and help you get the money that's already earmarked and set aside for you, if in fact you qualify for it. So click the link, get the process started, and we look forward to helping you get your personal economy going, your small business economy going, so that we can keep America's economy going.